No matter how the teams do in this tournament, it's really is such good experience for these young guys, only sort of 17, 18, 19 years old, playing in front of 30,000 people. You never know what will come from it. They don't know who's watching. It is a chance. Oh, and the touch just got away from Vidaro Maurencia. Just struggling with that final ball, Curacao. Working into some decent areas at times, but they can just try and get Derwin Martina and Rowendi Shoop on the ball. Look the most threatening. It is good to see most of these teams in the under-20 championship really trying to play good football from the back. Haven't seen too much Route 1 stuff. Here's Henriquez, who's trying to work an angle on his left foot, and again it looked as though he was going to go down and win the penalty, but again you've got to give him credit. He stayed on his feet, tried to shift it onto his left foot and get the shot away, but if we can see a replay, it's just before he has the shot. The leg certainly came out, and it just looked as though Henriquez was going to go over. It's twice now that El Salvador have remained on their feet, stayed honest. But you've got to say, they looked as though they had two genuine reasons to go down. It's a terrible free kick from Curacao. Here's Henriquez. Alfaro, who's on that yellow card, he's got to be careful. El Salvador did win this championship back in 1964, their only victory to date. Curacao's best finish was a third place finish in 1962, so it's been some time that these two teams really competed in this championship. Mexico have won it 11 times, most recently in 2011. The ball comes in and De La Place fumbles but gets away with it. I think he wanted the free kick given on him. Here's Shoop. Penna is still down, but Curacao continue to play on, but eventually the referee does stop play. It's hard really. I think De La Place had actually already fumbled it before Penna had touched him. I think he obviously saw Pena coming and sort of panicked a little. He's okay though. The dancing continues. They don't stop, these girls. Well, Mexico were just utterly dominant in the under-20 championship, especially throughout the 70s. Won it in 70, 73, 74, 76, 78 and 80 and 84. He's only Puerto Rico out of the teams that are playing in the 2013 championship that haven't progressed past the first round in their careers. And they won't again this year after losing to Panama 4-0 earlier on today, and Jamaica 4-1 on Tuesday. That sealed their fate. Haiti also will not be going through to the knockout stages. They lost 2-1 to the USA and 1-0 to Costa Rica, so both of those two teams have had an early exit. Curacao are desperately hoping they're not the third team on their way home. To avoid that, they will have to desperately try and turn this game around. Here's Ayala. Now Enriquez cuts back in onto his left foot and looking for options ahead of him. Lovely little flick with the right foot. But he's looked superb, Enriquez, in this first half so far. Always baffles you when you see a performance like this, how he is only playing in his football for Fessa in El Salvador. Got to think he'll be able to do a job somewhere in Europe or South America perhaps. It's a good ball into Cecilia, who thought he was being tugged there. The referee looked to have a very good view, and Cecilia is now asking the referee. Well, you can clearly see tugging on his shirt is Martin Baumgartner. Well, Curacao will know that as long as the score stays at 1-0, they've still got a chance. The draw isn't entirely the end of the world for them. They still have a sniff of going through, although it will be entirely in Mexico's hands. If the score is a draw here today, then they will need Mexico to defeat El Salvador by at least 3 goals when they play each other in a few days' time. So they would rather that not happen. But they certainly know that Mexico are more than capable of doing that. Here's Pena, gets the shot away with his left foot and stays down again. For a big guy, he certainly goes down fairly easily. I think he just hit the ground before he hit the ball there. So the shot was hit with no sort of power whatsoever. I think he may have just sort of stubbed his toe as he went through to shoot. That's what's great about stadiums like this. People can bring a picnic in and make a whole day of it. Watch the Panama-Puerto Rico game. Stick around for this as well. A couple of games later on, the USA take on Costa Rica. That will be to determine who tops Group A. And also Canada play Nicaragua, and that will be to determine who qualifies in second place, because both Canada and Nicaragua lost their opening game to Cuba, who have already qualified. So a win for either team now will see them go through to the knockout stages. Well, Curacao can come forward. I haven't said that too often. Here's Derwin Martina, now on the left-hand side. He's skillful, Martina, but I have seen him perhaps try and do a bit too much when he's got the ball. Doesn't appear to have a huge amount of faith in the rest of his teammates. Nice shoot, nice footwork from him. Now Cecilia. Good ball out to the right hand side. This is promising from Curacao until the cross comes in, which is woeful really. It's a good ball actually for Cecilia. Now Shoop can bring the ball down and wins the free kick. In a fairly dangerous position here. And they decide to take it quickly. It's a good tackle. He's running through with pace there was Morencia. Had to get the tackle spot on, and he certainly did that. Poor touch. Here's Lorenz. Now Morencia into the feet of Shoop, who went straight through his legs. Well, what a goal just before half-time would do for Curacao. Now Martina. Well, perhaps that's why he doesn't pass very often, because El Salvador can counter now. Here's Rene Gomez. Cecilia tries to bring it down. Just towers above Diego Galdames. Concedes the free kick. That is 45 minutes of this first half played. Fairly comfortable for El Salvador, really. 2 minutes of injury time still to go. It's Henriquez who's certainly looked the brightest spark. Cecilia heads on well. No shoot. The front three, Curacao, I think could be fairly promising. It's just trying to get them the ball on a more regular occasion, really. In Martina and Shoop and Cecilia. Certainly is quality up there. I feel it's what's behind them that is perhaps lacking somewhat. Here's Alfaro. Henriquez wants it played into him. It's a good ball though. Here's Galdames. Gets the cross in, and De La Place does well to come and claim that. With a huge amount of authority, the PSV Eindhoven goalkeeper. Oh, but his kick, and Penna goes for the lob, but it's just wide. Well, De La Place almost completely nullified all that good work he had just done previously with a terrible kick out, and Jose Penna perhaps could have taken the ball forward. I think he had more time than he thought, but he went for the little lob over De La Place's head, and that's a bit better. And there goes the half-time whistle. A reasonably uneventful first half. The goal came through the most unlikely of sources. A free kick was headed back from Martin Baumgartner. The shot came in from Penna, and it fell to the feet of Oliver Ayala, who did very well to manoeuvre his feet and get the shot away. Other than that, it's been fairly comfortable for El Salvador, and at half-time here they lead by a goal to nil.